Yo, it's Oko. We're reacting to how also work for mrbeast. He's a thief. Like, yeah, mrbeast is at this point he might be cooked. There's so many people coming out make it with like mad hot takes. People are exposing him left and right. People who worked for him, people who didn't work for him. Some of the stuff is a lot of stuff is fake. A lot of stuff is actually real. Hopefully we can find stuff that actually makes sense and that isn't too much. Let's see where this goes, bruh. Let's just see where this goes. This is a big ass rabbit hole. At this point, he might actually be cooked, but at the same time, it's mrbeast. Also, I'm live right now on twitch.tv/Oko, so if anyone wants to slide through, you know what I'm saying, pull up.
100% true, and if at any point I say anything that may be controversial, suspect, or too good to be true, and I don't have the evidence to back it up, then call me a liar, but I guarantee you that won't happen. Ever since I was a young kid, I always wanted to be famous, and it wasn't until in 2018 of November that I knew that I wanted to be a YouTuber. Sadly, it took me 4 years to realize that I actually suck. I'm really bad. I'm super cringe, and don't worry, because I am aware of this. But I know one thing, and that one thing is I'm good at editing, and I'm great at creating ideas for others. I was meant to be off camera rather than on, and I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is being taken advantage of. I was lied to, manipulated, and thrown away like a piece of garbage. Honestly, though, sometimes I kind of think that this was pretty genius.
It's a woodblock with reverb on it? Man, fuck me then.
Like, how could a person so high in status be challenged by a person like me? It's like me going to Elon Musk and saying, well, he did this and he did that, and no one would ever believe me because I'm literally just a nobody. So I have Chris Tyson to thank for allowing me to have this platform to tell my truth. February 2nd, 2024, I went snowboarding like I normally do, and I got an email in which I thought was a scam. I mean, for real, look at this.
Are we okay? So are we taking his word for surezies? He just sounds like a random, and it's also like, where did y'all come from? Where like y'all have all this information, y'all just now like, bro, I don't know. A lot of stuff that came out does feel genuine. Like, you know, he's actually did some stuff, but there's also been a lot of people who come out just saying stuff fake and stuff. It just feels weird seeing all these cases of stuff that's coming out when all this stuff could have been exposed a long time ago. I know some people need people to set stuff in motion, but he's thanking Chris for doing that, and it's a little weird because it's like, I don't know, it feels like people are just jumping on the wagon now, you know? Like, is this actual content? Like, why wasn't this said before? And maybe now, I guess you can argue that, well, it probably wouldn't have gotten the attention without the whole situation and the whole scandal going on. And I guess I would agree to that. That's a good argument. That's a fair point. But I don't know, some of it just feels disingenuous, right? Like, some of it just feels like people's like quick start up to fame. But I mean, I can't lie, I'm also taking advantage of the situation, reacting to these videos, giving my opinion and hot takes. So like, you know, I'm just as guilty, but I don't know. I just feel like if I had some information like this shit would have came out a long time ago, and I would just bring it back up once I like expose bro for being a ass boss. But let's see, let's hope it's like him being an ass boss and him not doing anything crazy to him, because if it's just like a story about him being a doodle boss towards bro, I don't really care that much.
Even you would think the same thing if you got a random email saying mrbeast follow-up when you didn't even remember reaching out in the first place. Whether that's true or not, I certainly don't remember reaching out to him. In my line of work, I work for big name YouTubers, mostly in the sports niche, but it has its range. I've done videos for House of Highlights, Game Day, Zach TTG, Jesser, Papa Stanimus, Not So Air Jordan, and then I currently edit for MMG. Not to mention I did do the 2022 NFL playoff commercials. So it's pretty normal to have people reach out to me because they've seen my work from other creators and all the other work that I've done for them. So when I got this email, I decided to give it a chance. I responded in the email, and then I proceeded to post a Facebook post because I was so happy. Everything is dated, and to make sure this information is credible, it helps it set well with you. Pay attention to these days. It's not premeditated, and I obviously had no idea Chris Tyson would be such a perv, so there's no way I would make these posts in advance of like some kind of trick. I also have decided to log into my actual Facebook and show my actual email rather than screenshots, so you know that it's not photoshopped. So on February 2nd, I posted, so I got a job offer from mrbeast today. Video call on Monday. Wish your boy luck. Now let's go into the comments because I want you guys to be definitively sure that I didn't just make this post 26 weeks ago. All this is 26 weeks ago, and it would take a whole bunch of time to just make up all these fake people, and then to go in their profile and see that they're friends with the same people I'm friends with, having what, 60
Niggas out here doxing random people.
two mutual friends, and then going, you know, it's a little bit too much here.
Like,
right?
did you blur these shits out? Okay, he did.
make mutual friends, and then going, you know, it's a little bit too much here, right? So none of these are faked at all. This is my actual Facebook page. So that's the post I made on February 2nd. Now, I will go to my email, but for now, I really do want to show you the post on Facebook so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So in a nutshell, before we get into all the details, Mr. Beast gave me a fake job, flew me out there to work. I worked my butt off, took all my ideas, sent me home and told me there wasn't a job available, and then proceeded to not only do that, but then to take my ideas still and then make a video. So that
Damn. Bro clapped your cheeks and told you to go home. Yeah, that is tough, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I would be tight as well, man. I would be tight as well. Bro got used OD crazy. No, I wonder if Mr. Beast actually told bro to go home or just someone who worked for him. But like, regardless, that is like slimy as hell. That's like the grimiest thing you can do. Yeah. No one just followed. Focal Moose. Thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. We just finished listening to the 8-0 album. If you came for that, you're a little late, brother. Now we're just watching videos.
that's what we're going to be covering here. I mean, we're talking about a billionaire here. If you know who Mr. Beast is, you know exactly what we're talking about. And I can hang up my editing tool set, whatever you want to call it, dude. All that stuff. I'm not even going to be editing for the guy. I'm going to be using my mata. I'm going to be making ideas for him to make videos. I swear to God, that's what my job is. It's not editing. And that's what I got from our meetings was, you know, Mr.
Damn, he wasn't even used for editing. They legit stole bro's ideas. All right. What's the title of this video? He's a thief. Okay. Question, right? And maybe this is a hot take, right? Is he really a thief if he came up with those ideas on payroll and then he got fired later? Like, I paid you to come up with those ideas. You came up with those ideas while you were on payroll. I let you go. So technically, I paid you for those ideas. Those are my ideas. Right? Or am I being slimy here? I appreciate the bins, bro. I just came from the reaction to Ghost. Hey, yo, I appreciate you for checking it out. The song is amazing, by the way. But yeah, thanks for the bits too. I forgot that I had the moan thing in my ear, so that threw me off for a bit. I don't know. Yeah, so like, what's the fine line of like stuff like that, right? Let's say if you worked for me, I paid you to be my idea guy. We talk about some ideas, you write them down, whatever, and then like 2-3 months later, we still haven't went through with your idea, but you gave me the ideas anyway. I technically paid you, no? If he was credited, maybe. They probably wouldn't even credit them individually, right? I'm pretty sure. First off, I've never seen any like credits in a Mr. Beast video to begin with, but like also like he would probably say the Mr. Beast team came up with it, right? I feel like he was technically paid if you really think about it. Like, their ideas are no longer his ideas. You were paid to come up with that stuff. You came up with it. You got fired. Those are still my ideas. I paid you for it. You did your job. Like, that's what you were supposed to do. So I wouldn't like. Again, unless I'm not seeing the bigger picture here, I wouldn't necessarily call him a thief. But I could be wrong.
Beast, Jimmy, he passes me a piece of paper that says, I blew up the world's most expensive tanks or something. And he gives me a thumbnail that has a picture of him blowing up a tank. And it's my job to make a video out of that. So that was February 8th. On February 13th is when I went to the airport. The post says, years of hard work has led me to this. My heart is pounding out of my chest. And as you can see, I'm flying to Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. And after that, take a very quick look at what I posted afterwards. February 26th, nothing about Mr. Beast. April 19th, nothing about Mr. Beast. April 25th, May 3rd, May 9th, May 19th, nothing about Mr. Beast. And do you know why I didn't post anything about Mr. Beast from that time? Is because something went horribly wrong and I was way too embarrassed to tell people about it because I had made so much noise, such a fuss about me going to Mr. Beast company, and then I just got kind of screwed over. So I didn't post a single thing about that. Now, you guys are wondering, I want to see the proof. I want to see the correspondence. I want to see everything that happened between you guys. I want that information. Well, I got it. So this is the first email I ever got from a guy named Dylan. I can't say his last name, so it will be blurred out for the rest of the video because I just don't want to get out his personal like PI information. So we're gonna keep it on a first name basis, and we're just gonna say Dylan. Dylan sent me an email, and it says in the subject, Mr. Beast follow-up. Hey, thanks for submitting your info to our casting team. We received your submission at this time. We're fully casted for our current videos. That's not what we want to pay attention to. What we want to pay attention to is the second paragraph. Working at Mr. Beast, we are collaborative first, and I was forward your submission. Don't know how you got it, but let's keep going. If you're interested, I would love to chat about your potential full-time or contract role work on Mr. Beast's creative team. February 2nd, 2024 that he sent me the email. It was February 3rd, 2024 that I responded to the email. I wanted to make sure after I made the post, I was like, oh crap, this actually might be a scam. Let me go back and do some research. And then the next day I was like, you know what? I feel good about this. I don't have to delete my post. So I was able to go ahead and reply to him confidently. Now this email here is my very first, I guess, direct exploration call, whatever. Basically, me being able to meet them for the very first time, like I said on my Facebook, and like I said before in the email, Monday, February 5th, 2024. My second call was not only with Dylan, but now it has Dylan, Hoodie, and someone named Kara, which I have never met. I've never once met Kara, so you won't hear anything about a Kara in this video. And this took place on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was the second call. For another email also on February 7th, 2024, this was directly right after the call I had with Hoodie, Dylan, and Kara. And within that conversation, they basically told me that I needed to make a prompt. And when I say prompt, let me just read the email. Hello, Ty. We would like for you to come in for a vibe check. Vibe check means you come in for a few days to see if you're good, see if you're a good worker, see, you know, people are not going to be annoyed by you, and see if they can move further on with the hiring process. If possible, we'd like for you to come in for 3 days at some point next week. I've got a recruiting coordinator, Leslie, CC'd on this email. She will help you figure out the days which you can make it and handle your travel arrangements. Now, this is the most important email of all.
It does look kind of weird. This shit does not look official at all.
2 video prompts. Attached, you will find 2 video prompts. Pick one that inspires you the
Oh, bro. Maybe they are slimy. Bro did not get paid, did he? Nigga was an intern and they stole his ideas. If that's what it's leading to, it might be over.
most, and document and write out how you envision it. Really let your creativity flow and assume everything is possible. So in each of these prompts, one of them is the world's most dangerous trap room, and the other is 24 hours to spend $1 billion. I went with the world's most dangerous trap room because spending $1 billion in 24 hours just seems kind of boring and, quite frankly, linear. I think I have more creativeness than that. That's just not something I want to do. And then, like we mentioned before, this is Leslie sending me an email. Thanks, Ty. Are you able to fly in on Tuesday, be on office Wednesday through Friday, and fly back out on Saturday morning? Of course, I said yes, and she gave me all my travel info. So now we're gonna get into like the more just deep in the details here. So like I said, if I don't show proof, don't assume that I'm telling the truth. If I don't show proof for everything that I'm saying, assume that I'm literally lying about everything that I'm saying, okay? So in that email, it did say, I realized that the footage was kind of cloudy when it comes to OBS and recording the screen, so I will put screenshots of those messages up there. But in the email, it did say that I had those two prompts, and the two prompts was something about spending $1 billion in a day in 24 hours, and the other one was the world's most dangerous trap rooms. So we're taking a look right here. I have the prompt, and it says the world's most dangerous trap room. And in my intro, I have PT hallway, I have the elevator, I have the Squid Game's glass challenge, I have bloodthirst, and I have mole maze. And within these things in my prompt, I do have like variations. So first one, I can see the variation. So right here, underneath elevator, I wrote one thing. The ultimate goal is to escape the elevator before it reaches the top floor and the bottom falls out beneath you. But I also have a second variation. Pick lock tool groove chain in the wall. Goal is the same except the elevator moves a little faster. Move the chain object lock pick tool to unlock the locks on the roof and the elevator reaches the top. So you ever play those games where it's like a little plastic thing and it has grooves all over? It's like a maze and you got to move that ball through. Well, essentially that's what I did for this video, except you're chained to the thing and you got to move the ball through the grooves with the key that has a key on it so you can reach one lock. And there's locks on each 4 corners of the elevator. So when you get this lock, now you gotta go through the maze again. And now you gotta go and take this lock out.
That's a great idea.
Like that, so you can escape the
That's a
elevator.
great idea.
The whole thing just plummets to the ground. I thought that was a pretty dope idea.
He cooked. I'm not gonna lie. He cooked. He was in his bag. If they really took these ideas and put it in their video. He did show a clip of an earlier Mr. Beast video, not earlier one, but like one he just posted like last week, I'm pretty sure, a few days ago. And then like this is I don't know, it might be Raz. Mr. Beast Raz might be like the scummiest motherfucker on earth, right? We already said that you can be a great guy and also be like one of the worst persons ever. You can do a lot of good, but you can also be like individually a dickhead, if we're being honest. So, you know, it might be one of those situations.
Yeah, right. So I did that, but I also made 2 of them because I wanted to make a variation of it. So also here in Squid Games, that was another thing. I made a different variation of what was already done, and I did that. That was part of my pitch. Now, will this keep going down because I think it's somewhere around. I think actually no, it's the Squid Games one right here. In the second variation of the Squid Games, I say Mario style. Floating obstacle course. Instead of using floating blocks, which is impossible, we will use floating rack hoisted by 4 cranes. Floating rack hoisted 200 feet in the air. Each section of the obstacle course will change depending on the distance made. Start from one platform to another to advance. Safety harness will be eliminated due to the net underneath the platform. Now, with that, so we have an idea that I wanted to do. So I want to talk a little bit more about my experience of being at the Mr. Beast warehouse. I've never once personally ever signed an NDA. In all my emails and all my correspondences and all my text messages, I've never once ever signed an NDA. But what I think what they're doing, there is an iPad as soon as you get to the warehouse, as soon as you walk in, and you have to sign in. And they ask you things like your first name, last name, email address, all that, phone number and stuff like that. And I have a very, very, very high suspicion that when you sign your name in there and you sign in, I think you're also signing an NDA. They don't come out and say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. That's just something that I think. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying I'm thinking because I don't want to get sued by them because I'm like I said earlier, I'm a nobody. Anyways, I get to the warehouse and they have multiple different like studios. Studios as in workshops where you work at, creative, thumbnail, editing, ideation, all these things, right? So they take me to, for legal purposes, I will say, for legal reasons, I will say Studio 1. Studio 1 of creative. I go to Studio 1, you know, whatever, it's all right. We're working on the video. We're doing the, in 10 minutes, like actual 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, this video explodes. And I mean, this.
I remember that one.
This building explodes. I worked on that for a little bit. Wasn't really feeling it. Wasn't really my jam. We went out. I will put a little video up here of me working on like a little laser challenge for that. Wasn't really my jam. Wasn't really that good at all either. Anyway, if I'm being honest. So I went to the next one, and by the way, I'm sorry, I'm skipping all over the place. This was actually the second day of me being there because the first day I spent my entire day in my hotel, which was boring, but for whatever reasons, I couldn't go in the first day, so I spent the first day in my hotel. The second day is when I would start, going to these workshops. On the third day, I was told to go to a different studio. We'll say Studio 2, and I'm working on a video, and the video is, what was the video's name? It was another one that had nothing to do with anything. Anyways, I go through the whole day, well, I say a good portion of the day, about 5 hours. So around like 2:00 p.m. there's a guy named Hoodie. It was also in one of the emails earlier, and he's like and when it comes to chain of command, I think he's third in chain of command total. So you have Mr. Beast, you have Tyler.
Mr. Beast gotta add. Wait, when did you send this? Mr. Beast gotta add like turns and landmines. Okay, nah. It's over. I don't think he's gonna get canceled. I think Mr. Beast uncancelable like Drake and everyone else who's really big at this point. If you have a huge audience, you're not canceled. But his character is forever in shambles, bro. It might be over. He's fucking cooked. Like, I had this image in my head of Mr. Beast being like this cool ass guy, and I know, like, you could probably give him an excuse or play devil's advocate and be like, well, he's busy. There's a lot of stuff that goes into a lot of these videos, so he's not really in control of like a lot of this stuff. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, maybe he's like, not once has he said that he has directly talked to Mr. Beast. You know, like he's mostly talking to the people that work for him. So like. And again, it's playing devil advocate. How much blame can you really put on Mr. Beast for how things went, right? He probably didn't even know the idea stuff was like, whatever. But like, that's me glazing, right? That's me glazing, right? If I play devil's advocate, I'm glazing Mr. Beast. In reality, it's panning out to see like bro really stole his ideas. He has proof. He has video stuff in the office. He might get cooked for this. He might get sued. But this video is up for all to see. He actually worked for him, and he got finessed. They took his stuff, they took his idea, they clapped his cheeks, told bro like he was like some shorty off the street, go home. I'm done here. I am done. You're finished, you know? Go home, buddy. We're done here. Like, he actually got robbed in his face.
I think he's third in chain of command total. So you have Mr. Beast, you have Tyler, you have Jackson the head writer, and then you have Hoodie. And Hoodie was in charge of all these things. I actually had my vibe check call with Hoodie. I had my second call with Hoodie. I was in contact with Hoodie and Leslie, the coordinator, if you remember that. And everything was going through Hoodie. The guy's a great guy. He's a great guy. He took care of me. He really like gave me great information, great feedback. So as I'm going through this video, I want you guys to remember, I'm not attacking these people. I'm attacking the company, because whatever happens in the company is a reflection of Mr. Beast. It's not a reflection of the people who are doing the things like what they're doing.
As a company, he's spitting too. Like in my head, I was thinking like, well, individually they also messed up as well, right? But like, I guess as a company, I mean, still someone at the company's making these. I don't know, bro. That's why I don't think I would ever want to own a company type. Like I would want my own brand and stuff, but I wouldn't go too far to make it like anything on this scale, bro. Because I just feel like a lot of stuff can just happen where it just backfires on you, bro. And you being like a public figure compared to like let's say like Pepsi or like whatever, you're pretty much cooked. Why am I getting called, bro? Yo.
Yeah, not Ryan Reynolds, bro. Take that do not disturb off and bring that up, boy.
I am streaming right now, bro.
Don't say you're streaming.
I've been streaming for almost 4 hours now.
56 cents less. Who are you? All right.
Wait, what do y'all want? This nigga didn't answer the fucking question. What does he want?
Oh, fuck.
Yo, what do you want, bro? What's up? Oh, Angel said you a capper. A cap star, actually. Why am I a cap star? What did I do?
Not in your stream, I don't know, bro.
What?
Nothing your stream got no, bro.
Alright. Let me finish this video. I got like 12 minutes left. And I'll see if y'all see my play.
I also worked for Mr. Beast. He's a thief?
Yeah. He got finesse. Mr. Beast slapped this nigga's cheeks, told that nigga to go home. AKA, he thought about for ideas for Mr. Beast. They did those ideas and they fired that nigga. So yeah. Anyway, I'll be back in like 12 minutes if y'all still want to play. Alright.
Company is a reflection of what happens. It doesn't matter who does it. If your company's ran that way, it is a reflection of you. You gotta take responsibility here. So I do my pitch and Hoodie says, you know what? I want you to go shadow some people for the rest of the day. I want you to go work with this team and see how you can contribute to them. So let's break down the positions in the Mr. Beast company. You have C1. C1 is the head person of that department. So if you're in creative, you're C1. So creative, studio 1, C1. So there's creative studio 2, there's a C1 for that. Creative studio 3, there's a C1 for that. Then ideation studio 1, C1. Ideation studio 2, same thing. They're just levels. They're just like the head honcho of that department. And then within that, you also have a C2 and a C3. I assume C2 is like the person who are in between, and I know C3 is like the bitch of the company. They just write notes. They don't do anything. They just write notes. Whatever is said, they take notes. They take minutes and they write everything. They're like the grunts of that department. I went to this new room that Hoodie told me to go to, and there was 3 positions.
You think you're a Mr. Beast employee, you're watching this, and you get called a bitch, you gonna crash out?
And then a C2. I mean, a C1. The C1's name was C. The C3, I mean, I talked to him for like 30 seconds. I don't know what his name was. And we were working on a video. We're working on a video called The World's Most Dangerous Obstacle Course. Now we are getting to the part where you finally can understand why I'm so mad, so upset that I got scammed. I got absolutely scammed by the biggest YouTuber in the entire world. This is where you're gonna find out why I was upset. Now it's gonna come full circle. I'm gonna have to tell you everything. We're working on the video, World's Most Dangerous Obstacle Course, and I want to show some videos and proof of what I did. From here on out, I'm gonna start speaking more theoretically so I don't get sued. So there may not have walls in the Mr. Beast studio where they're all dry erase marker, where you can just write anything. So if you have an idea, you're like, oh crap, I don't want to forget it, right on the wall. This is a picture of my pitch that I wrote. So you see right here, you get really close. Bloodthirst. Let's see. Elevator.
How would you feel? How would you feel if this was you, bro? Be honest. I'm not gonna hold you. I would have to. Allegedly, I would have to spend back on the whole office, bro. On the whole company. And I mean, if he signed an NDA too, because he said he's not sure if it was an NDA that he signed or not, we never finna see bro again, bro. He finna the Mr. Beast ninjas finna take bros. He finna take bro. They finna take him everything, bro. Last time they took his cheeks and his ideas. Now we finna find bro in a lake. That's a joke, by the way, YouTube. I don't mean that. Don't cook me, but like I don't know. It's again, like I said earlier, like it's a really shitty situation to be in. But like, you know, again, he hired you for the ideas. The ideas came through in GTA, of course, right? In GTA, hired you for the ideas. You did your part, and they let you go. But it looks like they didn't pay him or anything. Bro was still like an intern. He came up with crazy ideas, let him go, and it kept his ideas. Maybe they locked him up in like the back or whatever, and they're like, "Oh shit, we're running out of ideas. Let's look at this one." And his idea finally came up to the surface. It seems like he was let go a few months ago, you know, because he was showing us stuff back in like February or whatever. But I don't know. At this point, again, bro, he Mr. Beast, bro, it might be raps for you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. No amount of lawyers, no amount of like PR that you do is saving you, dog. You're cooked, all right. Right now, you're looking like Drake, bro. You're looking like Drake. Everyone's after your head. And that's what happens when you're at the top, bro. You have to be more careful running your company, bro. Because, like, right now, you look like the biggest dickhead possible. You look like a fucking evil asshole, bro, who takes advantage of everyone that you come in contact with. First, the union workers and, like, the people you were treating, like, badly on your Squid Game stuff. And then lying to saying that they would get a prize. Now this. Other people who worked for you also came out like, yo, you might be cooked. It might be up. You might be done. You might be done.
Glass challenge right here. PT hallway. Sound familiar? It's my prompt. So this is what I pitched to Hoodie. This is what I pitched to Hoodie, and I didn't put my
Mr. V's big, but he not silenced that nigga big, bro. He has like 52 million motherfuckers, bro. 52 million subs. You don't think so? People are saying he's a billionaire. I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he definitely got millions. I feel like he got enough to make a motherfucker shut up for real. He gotta have like Nintendo level ninjas on his side. Like, yo, hey, close your mouth before you end up in jail for 20 years. But I don't think he got snipers on deck. He probably don't. He don't. They definitely finna eat though. The lawyer's finna eat. He finna eat. Like if he gets canceled, he won't even. Well, first, I mean, he probably won't need to make any more videos for the rest of his life. For being honest, he's already rich. But, like, you know, if he needed more money, the lawyer's finna come in big time with the checks, bruh. That's his investment, low-key. Getting, like, paid millions of dollars every month to do nothing. Also, like, yo, his shot as president, it's cooked. He got some FBI... Bro, yes, bro. He got crazy. I bet he got crazy. There's no way you have that much money and you don't got, like, lawyers who could defend you from, like, literally anything, bro. Anything. There's no way. If he were to take someone in court, I would bet... maybe 9 times out of 10 he would win.
Variations in there. I just put the ones that I wanted, and I verbally said my variations just in case they didn't like my original ones. This is the world's most dangerous obstacle course. So C1 has been working on this with me and the other guy, I don't know his name, and we're working on, like, as you can see, the intro, the hook, the money mechanic.
He drew
right
everything.
Here, we're looking at, this is the most important part. It's just rooms. When I saw rooms, when we were brainstorming rooms, I'm like, dang, okay, rooms. I just did a prompt on the world's dangerous trap rooms. This is perfect. I can do this. It doesn't exactly follow the obstacle course, so I can kind of use my room idea with this. I mean, if you look at all these ideas, whatever, it doesn't matter. The one thing that I'm looking at the most is all the way at the bottom. It looked like it says Marlo, but it says Mario. Mario is my was my idea. I'm inspired by Mario because my kids love the Mario movie. They loved it so much they named my dog Mario. Hold on. Mario.
He got the Dewey on. Truly a black man.
This is Mario, my dog. Living proof that my kids named my dog Mario because they love the movie Mario so much. So I was inspired by that, and I think I put that in my prompt as well.
I got proof for the dog and everything. Yo, he's covering everything, bro. Yeah, it's over.
Oh, if anyone's ever seen Mario,
goodbye,
they have floating
bro.
blocks, and I wanted to see how I can make an obstacle course with those floating blocks.
Show the
I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I realized it's just impossible to make floating blocks in the air. I don't know how you would do it. Logistically, it's just not going to work. And physically, I don't think it would work either. So I came up with the idea with the trellis net, or I came up with the idea with the truss. Taking a look at this picture right here.
Doing
so
that
this
made me
was
lose
my
the thing for my
idea
headphones,
here.
bro.
I wanted to make an obstacle course in the
Man, I'm not gonna find it. I don't know where it went, bro. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm poor, bro. Leave me alone. I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, but we got the Dewey.
air, but like somehow incorporate it with the Mario idea. Somehow just, I don't know, somehow do that. This is a picture that I drew for this pitch for this idea. And I realized that, you know what? I couldn't do the floating blocks. I wanted to make sure I can do it another way. So I had an idea of a truss with 4 cranes holding it up, and I wanted to be able to go across it. That was just the first section of it, because if you look a little bit more to the right of this picture, there's like a helicopter and a guy hanging from a ladder, and there's platforms down here, 1, 2, and 3. There's platforms right there. That was just the first section of it. I wanted the intro of the video to be something so outlandish, so crazy that a viewer had to keep watching. I did steal the no net at the bottom. I call it a net. Or no, not no net, a net down there. That's why it says a net down there, because it's just a joke that we thought was funny. But I did steal that from one of the other Mac videos. I just figured, why not? It makes it such much of a better video. So I pitched this idea, and they absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. The only person who didn't like it was C1, because it wasn't her idea. So when it came down to our meeting later that day, so we were there for hours and hours and hours, and like I said, there's a hierarchy. There's Mr. Beast, Tyler, Jackson, the head writer, and Hoodie. Well, Jackson comes down there and we're having a meeting at 9 o'clock at night. The meeting goes all the way to midnight, and then they say at the very end, we're gonna need all hands on deck on this. We're gonna need the help. We're gonna need the creativity. We need everyone to pull their weight. Does anyone have anything that's gonna help us, with this? And I told him my idea. I brought up every single thing, not only just this idea, but the rest of the video. They loved it. The budget was originally 1.7 million. That intro alone cost 1.7 million dollars. Just the intro alone. And the reason why I didn't want to bring it up immediately was only because if the budget was 1.7 million and I'm here to prove myself, I can't start with going by over budget. Say, well, it would work, because who they're going to trust? You're going to trust someone who works there for months or weeks, years.
True.
Or you're gonna trust
You're the new fellow on my back, bro.
Here a couple days ago, so it was a little risky, but they loved it. We stayed to midnight. They freaking loved it. I got a pat in the back. Jackson was excited. Hoodie was excited. The only person who wasn't excited was a C1 that I kind of stepped over, because like they say in the company, it don't matter if you're C1, C2, C3. C3 can be a C2. C2 can be a C1. C1 can be a C3 by tomorrow. All right, so at this point, I pitched my idea. They loved it.
That nigga is spitting, bro. That really is how the companies work, bro. If you're someone who is going to work for a company and you want to climb up the ladder, bro, it don't really, you could kind of speed run it, if we're being honest. And if you bring a lot of quality, okay, there's 2 things that can happen. Either you speed run it and you get a higher position, or they just give you extra work while you still stay at the same pay. If you're staying at the same pay, you probably should just leave. I'm not gonna hold you, because it's gonna be a while till you can climb up anything, bro. Don't take on more responsibility in hopes that they notice you, bro. Because if they don't notice you in that first like few months of you like doing more work, you probably should get up out of there. I'm not gonna hold you. They're just gonna take advantage of you. But like he was saying, like, you could go from C1 to C3 like that, bro. Like, it's possible for people to skip the ladder, the social ladder, if your ideas and what you bring to the table is way better than anyone else's at the company, or the people, your peers at the company. Your starting pay might be ass. Give it a month or 2, maybe a year, and boom, you're like already like up there as like a assistant manager or whatever role you would play, or supervisor or whatever.
Love it. They've set a date, they set a location, and now they have a new renewed budget for this video, and everything's great. I'm so happy. I text all my friends, I call everyone. I'm like, yeah, dude, and also, so after all that, I'm feeling great. I got a verbal confirmation that I was good to go. Everything was perfect. I know about everything was literally perfect until I got home. And that's when everything started to happen. Unfortunately, we have decided not to move forward with your candidacy at this time. We really appreciate you coming out and vibing with us. We would consider you for a role.
Yo. They told this nigga that when he went home, bruh. Y'all niggas let me spit game like I spit game, and then see, do they have any intention of hiring him to begin with? I don't even know. That is so unlucky though. That is so scummy.
Role like this in the future.
I wonder if the C1 got his ass fired. The C1 was like, yo, get this nigga out of here. Get that fella out of here. I don't want to see him ever again. He thought he was big dog. Nah, let's show him how little he really is. Get him out of here, bro. I've been here for 2 years. I'd be damned to let someone who came here second day outshine me. Get him out of here.
So after all that, I'm feeling great. I got a verbal confirmation that I was good to go. Everything was perfect. I know about everything was literally perfect
Good.
until I got home. Until I got home, and that's when everything started to happen. Unfortunately, we have decided not to move forward with your candidacy at this time. We really appreciate you coming out and vibing with us. We would consider you for a role like this in the future, but timing isn't quite right. And the rest are about receipts. So at first I was like, you know what? Maybe that's true. But then I started to think about it a little bit more. And I didn't want to let it bother me. So I said, hey Dylan, that's a bummer to hear, but I appreciate the opportunity. Maybe another time, like you said. Candidly, may I ask if I presented myself poorly or rubbed the crew wrongly in any way? Talking about here because I know I did. Also, I sent my receipts. And this is talking about my dog because I had spent like $400 for my dog to be boarded. Sent all that information. He said, hello Ty, you did not rub anyone the wrong way or present yourself poorly. We're going through some reorganization with the team and are limited on roles we have open for teams. I appreciate you sending a receipt, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. This is where I started to like say, but I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything at all. Not a single word until I saw this on Twitter. Just uploaded the most insane video we've ever done. Go watch. Take a look at this picture. Take a good hard look at this picture.
Damn.
Does that remind you of anything you've seen so far? Does it remind you of anything you've seen remotely close to it? Or does it look like the exact same thing that I drew? The exact same thing that I pitched? Everything. Do you want to know how much I got paid for that? Zero. I didn't get paid a single dime. This man, this company, his employees not only took the time to exploit me, to have me work for them under the false pretenses of a job that wasn't, that they weren't available or able to give at the time. Yet they had many people go in and out.
He's
on my
cooked.
second day, there was like a different group that I saw the day before, and then they were on their last day, and then on my last day there was a group of people that was their first day. You're trying to tell me you didn't have any positions? You didn't have any positions at all? Yet you had all those people, and not only did you do that, you used my idea. A lot of people would say, you know what? Legally, he had the right to do that. I don't know.
My whole argument was that like, yo, he paid him. Like, if he paid him, he technically paid for the idea. That nigga came away with zero. Yeah, he got finessed. Yo, Mr. B, bro, I can't defend your ass no more, bro. Oh, time to pop it out my mouth, bro. Mr. B is a scummy ass nigga. The company is a scummy ass company, bro. Let me go ahead, pop it out. Mr. Beast, this motherfucker, yeah, he's cooked. In this video, like, bro, this video is doing really well too. Bro is like, this is definitely, hopefully he gets paid enough from this video alone to pay him what he should have got paid for this. Because, yo, this came out 11 hours ago. This already at, like, it's almost close to $1 million. I think it hits $1 million before, like, the full 24. Yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked. At this point, it's over. Nah, is he gonna get canceled like I argued earlier? No, probably not. But, like, who's gonna want to work with a scummy ass motherfucker like this, bro? People might see the L as an opportunity, but, like, nah, what? You could get done dirty like this guy here. I feel bad for even like doubting, bro. Imagine all the work you put in, bro. Flew out there to see motherfuckers, to see everyone, the whole company, and come up with his ideas, and got sent home with no pay.
And what legal standpoint he could. I could be wrong, but let's think about this though. We're talking about a billionaire. We're talking about the world's biggest YouTuber. How is that so hard to just compensate for someone for some work? How hard is it to compensate someone for their ideas that made you millions and made me zero? I don't care if it was legally done or not. Like, think about it. We all have hearts here. We're all watching YouTube videos for the same exact reason. How messed up is that? You're a billionaire, dude. It's not like it's I'm some guy on the street, or you're some guy on the street. You're a billionaire, man. Pay people for their ideas. Don't just fly them out there, take their ideas, and send them home. You're giving these people false hope. You're taking their dreams from them. You're taking everything that's about them, their creativeness, their fucking imagination. I'm sorry, I'm actually getting worked up right now. You can't do that to
I don't blame, bro.
You can't do that to people. And on top of that, with
Mr. Beast walked in the offer after that, after he left. That's what I really think. That's what happened, bro. And like, no one said anything either. They just left, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, low-key, that's probably why they fired him when he left the studio and flew back home. They're like, yeah, no, we can't have you on the team. But like, if I would have knew earlier before like they kicked me out of the office, that whole whiteboard wiped down, bro. All my ideas wiped down, bro. Now he did send the email, but like, still, that is insane.
Everything going in the media, it just kind of shows.
Really said like he really copied and pasted and paid him actually $0.
Shows his true colors. It shows the true nature, your character of who you are. This ain't it, man. This seriously is not it. This is just part 1 because I believe part 2 will shock you, and I don't want to get to the point where I have to do part 2 and I really have to
Motherfucker,
expose
there's a
lot of
part
things that might get me
2?
sued. So I'm working on something right now. I know this may sound really crazy because, you know, I'm asking for money. And that's basically what I'm doing with Mr. Beast. I want him to pay me. He owes me this money. He owes me this. He can't, like, you can't just keep doing
I don't
this
blame
to
him.
people.
I don't
You
blame
can't
him.
do this. So I'm asking you guys, if you believe everything that I've said, there's without a doubt in your mind, you're like, you know what? I like the proof. I like what I saw. I want to help this guy out. Please help me out. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. We work too hard to be stomped on by these guys, to be trampled by these people in power. And who's the one that benefits from it? Think about it. Who's benefiting from this? Me or Mr. Beast? It ain't me. So please support your boy, and let's just hope I don't have to do a part 2. I am though.
Yo, do your part 2.